Happy Monday, November 18th. Can you guys believe we are almost to Thanksgiving? I can't believe that. Time is just flying by. So happy Monday. This is Cassie with Created by Cassie. Thank you for joining me tonight for my live or on the replay. Post hashtag replay. Let me know if you guys are in the comments. And for tonight, what we're going to do is, the theme is pink. I thought that might be kind of fun. And the bundle that we're going to use is Pretty Petals. And it is available in my online store if you would like to purchase it after this live. But let me point you down and give you guys a little look at the bundle. All right. This is the Pretty Petals Bundle. And it is really, really pretty. It has this leafy kind of area, and these petals stamp in these areas here. This is one big stamp. These stamp here. This is the greenery, and then this is the flowers. It is a really, really fun bundle. So you can tell I have used it a lot. So this is the big stamp of the petals that will go in between all of these. And then you have this little one here that will do these two up here. We also have a little greenery piece, which is really cute, and this little bud piece here. And then we have our dies here. This cuts out the greenery piece, the large greenery. This will cut out the individual petals from this large section of petals. It also has the two petals. It'll cut those out as well. And this one is for this greenery piece, and this piece is for this little bud down here. So that is our bundle for tonight. I really, really have enjoyed playing with this. It was a little bit of a challenge. It's a bit different than what I am used to with flowers. But if you know me, you know that I love flowers, especially on my cards. So, all right. So this is our card for tonight. Oh, good. You can see I put some Wink of Stella on here. And it's shimmering. It's so pretty. But this is our card. Hey, Debbie, how are you doing? Hope you had a good Monday. We are looking at this Pretty Petals bundle tonight. Such a fun little bundle to play with. So this is the card. And when we open it, we have our little... Hey, Susan, how are you? We have our little flowers here, really pretty. And of course we have our envelope because we have to. And so here we have, these are die cut out, if you can tell, a little popped up here, as well as these pieces here for the greenery. I just thought it would be a little bit fun to kind of pop it off there. So let me go over what pieces you will need. Let's see. I think that is all that's in here. Yep. So we will be using two of these cutout labels. And this one is in Pretty in Pink and then Basic Beige. And Debbie, you know I love Basic Beige. And this was cut out with this die here. And this came from one of the sets of paper pumpkin die sets. I think it was maybe January's. But I love this little die. It's just so cute. It just looks really, really good together on almost any card. So we have that we're going to use. We're going to have a piece of Basic Beige, and this is Melon Mambo, and these are just scrap pieces that we're going to use. We're going to have a Basic Beige piece that is cut to 2 3/4. by 3 1/4. We have a Pretty in Pink cut to 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. We have another basic beige cut at 3 1/2 by 4. And then we have another Melon Mambo cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And of course we have our inside piece, which is 3 1/4 by 5. That's pretty much my standard inside piece that I do. And then our card base is Pretty in Pink. It is cut 4 1/2 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And this is just one of my favorite ways to have my card. I just love this fold. I don't know why, it's just one of my favorites. All right, we are also going to use the Wildflower Designs set, the Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. Let's see if I can give you guys a little look. It's a really, really pretty folder. And when it comes out, it's just beautiful. You can see. Yeah, there we go. It's just beautiful. I just love the way that it pops out there. It's just so pretty. And it really adds something, I feel, to the card in the background here, just to give it a little bit of extra texture. So, so pretty. So we are going to we're going to use that as well. So let's first start with, let's stamp our pieces first. So we're going to use our basic beige scrap piece and our Melon Mambo scrap piece. And we're going to take our bundle, and I'm going to use the large flowers. It's one piece. Yeah, the texture is really pretty. I'm going to stick this on here. I need to clean my blocks again. All right. Now, let me get out my... Oh, wait, you know what I'm doing wrong? Yeah, no, this is correct. So we're going to do our Melon Mambo with our flowers here. And I'm just stamping on my paper here so I don't get it on. Let's see if I can put it on this other. It's about the same. I need to switch out my paper. All right, so I am just going to hold this and tap, tap, tap. I'm going to hold it a little bit. This stamp set it has texture to it. When you stamp it, it's not all going to be the exact same look across. It's not going to have a crisp look. And this is a very good example of that. If you can see, some pieces are much lighter than other pieces. I forget what they call this. Debbie, you might know, but it's a different type of stamp. It's not as crisp as you know, what we're mostly used to. But I think it adds a little something extra to have these little pieces that are not quite as dark. So we stamped that. I'm going to close my Melon Mambo. Going to just clean off this stamp. Yeah, distinctive, that's it. Thank you, Debbie. I knew you would know. Yep, a distinctive stamp. So I'm going to wipe that off there because we're going to use that again in a minute. And then I'm going to take my, let's see, greenery piece here, this little tiny one. Stick him on there, this little guy right here. It's such a pretty little greenery piece. And I'm going to use Lost Lagoon for this. And both of these I have stamped at full strength. But there is a part that will be, I will stamp off. But these are full strength. So we're going to stamp 3 And I just like to hold it for a second to give it time to get all the ink on the from the stamp on, because I like these to be a little bit darker. So we have our 3 pieces here. And we can close this. All right, let me wipe this off really quick. There we go. All right, and so for these pieces, what we would do is we would cut these out using our dies from this set. So we have this die here, which would cut out all the flowers. And let's see, I think it would go this way. And we would just line it up. Hey Amy, how are you doing? We are working with the Pretty Petals Bundle tonight. So you would just line it up. I tend to use tape on it just to make sure, because it moves sometimes. So we would cut this out using this die. And then for the leaves here, we use this die here. And we would have to run this one through 3 times. Put that over there and run it through. And once we have those run through, I've already got all my pieces done in here. So we'll have those ready for when we're ready to use them. So let's go next to our pink piece, which is going to be this piece back here, if you can see. This is Petal Pink. I have it at an angle, kind of angled them different. No worries, Amy. No worries. This is the card we're making tonight, and we're using the Pretty Petals Bundle. It's hard to say for some reason. So this pink piece that we're working on is going to be this piece right here. And what I did for this was I took this stamp here, the large flower stamp. I need this again because I'm going to stamp off here. Put that down, and I'm going to use Pretty in Pink ink. Whoops. So just going to tap, tap, tap this, make sure I get enough ink on it. Here we go. And I'm just going to stamp across this as if it's going to be a background. And it's okay if it's not completely perfect. It's just going to give a little bit of something to the background there. I'm just going to put a little one here. And let's do a little one right there. All right. Wipe this off here. There we go. So let's close this up here. So this is our piece that we have for part of our background. Isn't that pretty? I love the way that it's, some parts are dark and some parts are not. Just makes it so pretty. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our basic beige piece for the front. And that one is going to be this piece here. And stick that down there. I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to use this our large leaf piece here. And I actually need a larger block here. See if I can get him to fit. Yep, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Nope. Might be a little bit better. It's just the outer part, the leafy part of this flower here. So what I did, I actually do need this because this is the part that I stamped off. So I'm going to ink this up really well. So I just want to make sure it gets in those little crevices there. All right, and I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to center it in the basic beige. Put pressure and take it off. Isn't that pretty? I like how it's a little bit subtle. All right, and now what we're gonna do is take some of these, I don't know if you guys have the problem, but some of my ink pads have been really hard to close here lately. All right, let me clean this guy off so we can switch. We're going to take our large flowers here, put them back on. And this one I'm going to do full strength. Are you coming off there? I think you are. Stay. All right. And it's fairly easy to line up. The 4 flowers go on this is the left side. Ink that up. And you just want to line them up to the little stems. Let's see if I can tell where I am. All right, I'm going to push down, pull off, and there we go. It's really pretty. And actually, while I have this opened, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And the Pretty Petals bundle does not have a sentiment with it, so I pulled from Go To Greetings. I think this is retired. But I wanted to do a happy birthday, and this fit just perfect. So you could use whatever sentiment you wanted to. Just gonna ink this up. Yep, this was in Melon Mambo. I just love the font of this. Isn't that font really pretty? If only I could write like that. Goodness. All right. Take the ink off here. All right. Now we're going to start building our card. We have all of our pieces. Let's see. So put our envelope and our inside to the side. So this is the back piece, and we embossed it with our embossing folder. So we are going to take this back piece here, and you can pick whichever side that you like better. I kind of like where it's almost the same, but I kind of like where it goes in a little bit more than pops out. So, and I glued this down, and I do put a little bit of extra glue when I use an embossing folder, just to make sure it's going to stick with all the texture that we have with the folder. So I'm just going to line this up. Let's see. Yep. And the green glue really allows you to move it around for a second or two to make sure you have it where you want it. Here we go. Now let's take this piece didn't go down all the way. Put a little bit of glue. That's why I put a lot of glue, because it doesn't always stick with all those crevices. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build this piece here. So what I did was I took the basic beige and I went from this corner to this corner, and I lined this corner up with the left side at the top and the right corner with the right bottom side of our embossed piece, just like this. So it's at the very edge of the melon mambo piece. Just keep that right there. And I'm going to take our piece that we stamped. Yeah, tear and tape would be good with embossing folders. That's a good idea. So I'm going to take with this piece, and what I did was I turned it the opposite way. So I'm going to go this corner to this melon mambo, and this corner to this melon mambo. And you can just kind of move it around however high or low you want it. But it's really a, I think, easy way to line it up is putting it at the edges there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here and line myself back up. And again, the green glue allows you to move it around a bit. And we did not do anything yet with this back piece, this back basic beige, because we want to build it first because we are going to dimensional this piece up. So we want to build this whole part first before we dimensional it on, just in case we make a mistake or want to change something, make it a little bit different. All right, thanks, Amy. Yeah, I like this layout too. It kind of gives it a little bit of something different, as opposed to just you know, straight. So we're going to take this piece here, and I pretty much tried to get it to go centered. I think I have it a little bit angled. Let's see. Yeah, right about like that. And I glued it as well. Stick some glue here. See. Get this guy right like that. So it looks like that. Now comes the fun part. We are going to take our pieces that we cut out, which are the three. We have the three little stems, and then we have all the little petals here. So I'm just going to take one petal at a time and match it up with which flower it is on the sheet here. And I'm going to take a dimensional, pop it back here, take that backing off, and then just lay it right over top and push down, just like that. So you can see it kind of, see if I can go this way with it. You can, yeah, there you go. You can see how it pops it up, and it gives a little bit of something more. And I will say the reason that I went ahead and stamped the flowers first was so that I knew where each of these petals went. Because when I tried to do it without stamping it already, that was a challenge. So I do recommend stamping your pieces first and then cutting them out, stamping them, cutting them out, and matching them. Alright, so I think this guy I think he goes there. And a couple of these, when I put them down, I didn't push very hard, just in case I mixed up a couple, because they kind of look a little bit the same, some of them. But I think this one goes here. Let's see. How was your day? Did you guys have a good day? Mine was pretty good. Worked and got to craft a little, and my boys were thrilled that I was home. All right, let's see. This one goes here. This is almost like a little puzzle, so if you like puzzles, this might be fun. And that piece goes there. And I did just cut the edges of my dimensionals. I was using the mini dimensionals, but then I just figured I'm going to have to use small ones for these little flowers anyway, so I will just use all the same. All right, this guy goes right here. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, lining them up. And I really like the combination of the Melon Mambo with the Pretty in Pink. I actually did quite a few different versions of this with different colors to figure out which color I liked the best. And this was actually the one that I landed on as my favorite. Spent the day checking. I know, yes, we have pre-order tomorrow. I was actually just looking at that before I came on live, because I was like, is it tomorrow or is it the next day? Is it Wednesday? I couldn't remember, but it is. It's tomorrow. You have your list of what you want, Amy? I have my wish list. We'll see what I decide on actually getting. Let's see, we'll put this guy here. All right, this fella, I think he goes, yep, he goes right there. Yeah, as you get towards the smaller pieces, they're actually a little bit easier to figure out where they go, because they have a bit of difference to how they're stamped. There we go. All right, and I know this one goes here. Yeah, I'm excited about the pre-order tomorrow. I'm also excited to get my stuff from the seasonal sale. I think it comes on Wednesday. I got a whole bunch of the, stocked up on my cardstock. Let's see. Hoping that it has come back. If you could just let me know so I can see. Okay, thanks, Susan. Yeah, I don't know why my laptop turned itself off. How strange is that? It just all of a sudden said, hey, I just want to go to sleep, and it turned itself off. How crazy. It's never done that before. It's so weird. Yeah, thank goodness the it let me resume the broadcast after I pulled it back up. I don't know why my laptop did that. That's so strange. And it's plugged in for its battery, so that's so weird. It just turned itself off. Let's see, put this over here. So I'm still putting these pieces on here, and this is the last one. Sorry about that, guys. I'm glad I got to come back. All right, I'm gonna stick that one there. And we have all of our pieces on there. Isn't that really pretty? I just really, really like that. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the whole piece here. Hey Bev. Yeah, Debbie, I'm glad I'm back too. That was so strange. So strange. I'll have to Google and see what that could have been, because my laptop has never done that before. But it's nice that it let me resume. Thank goodness, right? All right. So we have our dimensionals here. Take this. It is. It's very feminine. Yeah, that's what I was going for with it today. Give it a little bit of change from, you know, holiday, and kind of go with a different type of theme. So again, I'm going to put the corner to our Melon Mambo on this side and down here on the bottom. I'm just going to line that up just how we did when we were gluing our pieces down. There we go. Whoops. Just like that. So pretty. Now we have our 3 greenery pieces, and what I did with these, let me find my glue dots. Almost out of a pack of glue dots. That's exciting. I always like to use up my dimensionals and glue dots. Alright, so I'm just going to peel one of these off, and what I did was I pushed in on here to kind of give it a little bit of a curl on it to give it some dimension. Then I flip it over, put the glue dot on the back, and then I'm just going to push them in between these petals here. And it can get finicky with your dimensionals behind the petals. So I think on one of these I actually cut part of the stem off. So however you need to do it to get it where you want it, you can snip off a piece if you need to, or lift up the dimensional. Let's see, let's put this guy here. Push him down. We used up that one. That's exciting. All right, then we're going to do this one. Just kind of push him a little bit. Flip him over. Thank you, Amy. It is really pretty. I did have a challenge. I kept going more towards purple for some reason than pink when my goal was to pick pink, but I was gravitating towards the purple pinks. And I'm like, this is supposed to be pink. So I kept at it, trying to get it to be very pink. There we go. How pretty. And it's got a lot of dimension. You have the pieces here popping up. You have your dimension here with all your petals, as well as you have this popped up, and you've got all the embossing. It's just so, so pretty. And I took my Wink of Stella, and I just went around. It would be a good Valentine's Day card. That's right, Susan. And I just went through and put the Stella across these flowers to give it a little bit of shimmer. I just thought it kind of added a little sparkle. So pretty. I love Wink of Stella. And it's so easy to use. It's a little challenging to get it started, but once you get it started, it's good to go. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. Stick this back down here. All right. Can you see that sparkle? That shimmer? Oh, it's just so, so pretty. I love it. All right, so our next thing we're gonna do, and this is a little interesting, I want to put this, this is not Petal Pink, this is Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink back behind our sentiment here. And I cut the same piece here. They're the exact same. One is basic beige and one is not petal. I keep wanting to say Petal Pink. Pretty in Pink. So what I'm going to do is grab my cutter here. Let's see if I can go this way with it so you can see. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line the middle up along the middle part here where we're going to cut. And it's okay if it's not completely centered. Put that down. I'm going to hold it and just cut it in half. Just like that. And then I'm going to bring in my trusty tape. This is the easiest way that I have found to do this. So you're going to take either one of your pieces. It doesn't really matter which one goes in top or bottom. And we just want to layer it behind and do our best to have, stick this here, to have this side here go in underneath and this side do the same so that we don't see it like this where it's bumping out. We want it to be, see if I can get it back there, like this. And you can do as much on the top and bottom, or here with the pink as you want. And I'm just going to flip it, hold it tight, and tape it down. Let's see, there we go. Just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. I'm actually going to flip it this way so I can line it up a little bit easier. Let me grab my piece of tape really quick. And let's see. And I'm just going to eyeball it to see if down here and up here are looking the same. And then checking my two sides. I shifted it. There we go. All right, I'm going to hold it really tight and tape it. So it's going to look just like this. Just gives it a little bit of a pop of color behind it. And I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to flip it to the back. And I'm going to just pop up this piece right here. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue just to hold this flap down. Since I taped it, it flaps around a little bit. So I'm just going to glue it. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Just flip it up, do a little bit of glue, push it down, hold it, there we go, perfect. So now we can dimensional it up on our card. So I'm going to take 2 dimensionals. Let me see. So how I did this was I actually put the dimensionals on the top part so that it's going to hit right here. If you see up here, because there are different levels here, it's going to look crooked if you put it down on the backing here on the Melon Mambo. So I'm just going to put it on the upper part here of the back on the top. just like this. We have our happy birthday like that. And if we flip it over, it's on this top part here, so that when we put it down here, it's on this part and not this part. I'm going to take the backings off. Hi, Amy. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a great day. And Amy Franklin, I see another Amy watching. So don't think I'm crazy. Thinking that you're just now logging on. You can also, if you want to, put stack two dimensionals on top of each other. So we would take one, pull the backing off, take another, line them up just like that. You can see that. We've got two of them together, so it's thicker. And then I would take this off, and I can flip this around and put this dimensional under here. Get my finger off. There we go. And press it down, and that will keep it flush. I didn't do that with this one. It seemed to lay pretty good. But as an example, I put that for this one, so you guys could see you could also do that. And you can see that it pops it up, and it gives it that extra dimension that we need with all these extra layers that we have going on that are popped up. All right, now's the fun part. We get to add our embellishments, and we're going to use the brushed brass butterflies. I love these. And then we have the iridescent faceted gems. These are gorgeous. They sparkle and they shimmer, and it's perfect for this card with the Wing Stella on here. Oh, it's so pretty. So you can use a large one or a small butterfly, whichever one you want. I use a small one over here. So let's use a big one so we can see what that one looks like. And I just stuck it over in this corner because I thought it could use a little something extra. Just stick that there. And it adds that little shimmer to it as well with the brass. And then I took my faceted gems, and I only put two down here. And I did that because generally the rule is, and we don't have to follow the rule because it's your card, but generally the rule is 3 embellishments or in odd numbers. And so I was keeping it at my odd number. So I have two of these and one of this to make it 3. But you can add however many you want. That was just the reason that I only did 2 of these faceted gems, and they're so stinking beautiful. So I'm just going to put those just like that. How pretty. I don't know if you can see that sparkle there, but it's so pretty. So that is the front of our card. And now, of course, we have to do the inside of our card and our envelope, because everybody wants their envelope and their inside to be pretty as well, right? So what I did was, let me put these away. I used the smaller piece of the greenery and put this on this smaller block here. Let's move this over here for a second, and I'm going to grab my Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to grab my stamp off paper. And I'm just going to ink up. Let me see if this way you can see the stamp that I'm using a little bit easier. It's this, it's got 2 spots for the petals to go. I'm going to ink that up, stamp off, and then, yeah, my card is going up and down. I'm just going to stamp that stamped off piece right there in my corner. Make sure I have my envelope correct way as well. Ink it up, stamp off, and then stamp on there. I love the subtlety of when you stamp off. It's so soft. All right, and then we're gonna take our two little petals right here. I'm gonna close up our Lost Lagoon. I love Lost Lagoon. It's just such a pretty color. I tend to use it a lot. It's kind of a mix between blue and green. All right, so let me make sure I've got this going the right way here. Yep. So to stamp it the way it needs to go, it's going to look like this, where you have this point facing down, if you can tell with that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ink it up, stamp off, and then line it up here with these two stems. If you can see, there's a, oh man, I had pink on me. Oh well. There's a stem here and a stem here. So we're just going to line it up with those two stems. Whenever I use a dark color like pink or red, it never fails. I get it on me or something else, but it's okay. Mistakes happen, right? It's still pretty. So I'm going to ink that up, stamp off, and stamp that down. Perfect. And close this. See how subtle that is? Just so pretty. I like the subtlety of it. All right, now let's see. That's our finished card, our sample card. So this is the card that we made. So we're going to open it up and glue down our inside. Whoops. Get some of that inside there. Came out quick. There we go. I'm going to push it this way down so that that gives it a little bit of encouragement to go up instead of down, so it doesn't ooze out. If I go up, it'll push the glue up instead of down. That's what I do when I accidentally squeeze too much out. There we go. That's our inside. How pretty. What do you guys think? Do you like this card? This is our envelope that goes with it. So pretty. I just love the Wink Stella on it. It's just, oh, it gives it a little bit something extra. It's got a lot of different elements, but I feel like they work really well together. Yeah, and I love the shimmer on it. So pretty. Thank you guys for joining me tonight on my live. I really appreciate it. I hope you all had a great Monday. And if you are not already, follow me on my socials. I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I would love for you to follow me on all three platforms. You can also join my email list. I do have a link for that. It'll be in the description. And you can also email me on my email address, createdbycassie23@gmail.com. And give me your email, and I can put it in myself if you don't want to go looking for it or clicking links. I can do that for you. And let's see. Thank you again for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this card. got a little bit of a break from Christmassy kind of things and went a little bit pinkish and had a little bit of something different this week. I think next week is Christmas. I think my family's Christmas. So join me again next Monday, 6 p.m. And I hope to see you then. Bye.